Cook Center Bell Family Arena. This second game features the Benedictine Ravens and your Pioneers. The Ravens enter this afternoon's contest with an 8-8 record overall, 6-4 in the conference. The Pioneers are 13-3 with an 8-2 record in the heart. Now everyone please stand for the opening invocation, led by Chris Curtis, who serves as a member of the Olathe Fire Department, followed by the singing of our national anthem by Brooklyn Hunt, a freshman worship ministry major from Springfield, Kansas.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, we thank you for the opportunity today to play in and watch these basketball games today. I pray for the athletes, the coaches, referees, and athletic training staff as they use their talents in and around the court today. I pray that they all remain injury-free. We thank you for your love. I pray all this in your name, amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave?
And now for today's starting lineups. First for the Ravens. Starting at guard, 6-foot freshman, Overland Park, Kansas, number 0, Sam Hungershik. At the other guard, 6'2" junior from Kansas City, Missouri, number 2, Ahmad Lewis. At the other guard, 6'1" junior from Andover, Kansas, number 21, Greg Belt. At forward, 6'6" senior from Omaha, Nebraska, number 15, Jake Timmy. And at the other forward, 6'6" senior from Liberty, Missouri, number 32, Tyson Cathy. Benedictine is coached by Ryan Moody. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Pioneers. Starting at guard, 6'1" sophomore from Lorain, Ohio, number 5, Ed Wright. At the other guard, 6'3" freshman from Dayton, Ohio, number 11, Nakai Elmore. At the other guard, 6'5" senior from McPherson, Kansas, number 13, Jake Alexander. At the other guard, 6'5" senior from Olathe, Kansas, number 25, Anthony Brown. And at forward, the 6'8" junior from Kansas City, Missouri, number 23, Caleb Jones McQuarrie. The Pioneers are coached by Adam Hector, assisted by Hudson Welty, Brody Bell, and Jacob Reddy. Today's referees are Rick Fields, Thomas Coach, and Lance Fuller Jr.
Well, welcome back into the Cook Center on the campus of Mid-American Nazarene University, where we're set for some Part of American Conference action between your Mid-American Nazarene Pioneers and the visiting Benedictine College Ravens. The Pioneers on a massive road winning streak right now, back-to-back-to-back conference road winning games, which is brutal to do. You almost never see 3 in a row on the road. Pioneers won all 3 of them. But they host a red-hot Benedictine Ravens team who got off to a slow start. They play a bunch of young guys, bunch of freshmen, and got off to a tough start against a really good schedule early, and they have won 5 of their last 6 coming in tonight. Right out of the gate, Makai Elmore finds a cutting Caleb Jones-McCrary to get the scoring started. Pioneers out to an early 2-0 lead. Head coach Ryan Moody, one of the best coaches in the country, always has his teams get better and better as the year goes on. And freshman point guard Sam Ungasek had his pass deflected. Ravens able to keep possession. Looking to go inside to Kathy, and Jones-McCrary stole it away. Caleb with the bucket on one end and the defensive stop on the other. Anthony Brown right to the basket, goes through Jaden Timmy for the basket. Pioneers take an early 4-0 lead. That's going to be a difficult matchup for Timmy. Timmy, traditionally more of a power forward, plays in the post some. Tasked with guarding Anthony Brown, who does a lot of damage on the perimeter, a little quicker. Ravens go right into the post to Kathy. This time he's able to seal off Jones-McCrary. He gets the easy deuce. Anthony Brown ahead of the pack, answers with an easy 2 of his own. Makai Elmore with the assist. That's the Utah basket the Pioneers are known for. Throw it ahead of the field. Easy 2 before the defense can get set. Ed Wright guarding Ahmad Lewis out top of the key. Lewis been a Benedictine Raven for a couple of years now, but a transfer from Washburn. To get it to Belt, he can really shoot it from outside. Braden Belt, a junior, hadn't seen a lot of action in his first couple seasons with the Ravens, but was a standout performer in Andover, the Wichita area, as Sam Ungashik buries a step back. That was a long 2. Ungashik was the player of the year in the EKL out of Blue Valley West last year. Just a standout freshman. 0 in the black jersey. He's just as tough as they come. Ed Wright takes a step back 3, top of the key, and buries it. So the Pioneers stay perfect from the field here. 4 for 4. They've got 9 points in the first 2 minutes and find themselves with a 5-point lead. The Ravens are making a concerted effort to look for Kathy in the post with Jones-McCrary. He's got him sealed up the lane line, but Braden Belt takes a 3 from the corner and knocks it down, and you can't give him any space at all. Shoots 40% from the 3-point line. Started all 16 games and has taken 143s already this year. Knocks him down at a high clip. Jones-McCrary has Ahmad Lewis on a switch. Lewis is a 6'2 guard. Jones-McCrary stands 6'9. Lewis made him give it up. Ed Wright, no look, tried to go back inside to Jones-McCrary. Pass was deflected out of bounds. It'll be Pioneer basketball. Just 9 on the shot clock. Makai Elmore to inbound. Going to look to go to Jake Alexander on a lob. Wasn't there. Good defense by the Ravens, and Anthony Brown has to track it down near midcourt. Late shot clock, Ed Wright going to have to create. Drive and kick, 3 on the way from Alexander. Off the mark. Ungashik the rebound, and he's going to bring it himself. High ball screen by Kathy. Nice job by Makai Elmore refusing to get screened. Alexander's got a tough task, got to chase Belt around a bunch of screens today. Belt that time off the mark on the 15-foot jumper. More than capable of scoring from there, but running him off the 3-point line is priority number 1. Elmore's pull-up jumper off the mark from the elbow. A freshman-on-freshman point guard battle here. Makai, the standout freshman from Dayton, Ohio, and Ungashek from right down the road of Blue Valley West. Ahmad Lewis gets into the paint, pull-up jumper off the mark. Rebound Jones-McCrary, he goes to Anthony Brown. Brown pushes the pace with the floater falling out of bounds. Tough shot, Anthony Brown. Loves to get to that floater, such good touch inside of 10 feet, but landed 6 feet out of bounds and still got that one to drop. Little horn set, they go to Kathy top of the key. Not much of a 3-point shooter, Kathy. He puts it on the floor, goes to the rim. Had it stolen away by Elmore. Ed Wright, transition 3-ball, buries it. Line him up and knock him down for Ed Wright so far. He's 2 for 2 from downtown. He's got 6, and the Pioneers lead is 14-7. Ravens right back into that horn set. Timmy sets the screen. They switch it. Timmy rolls Makai Elmore into the post on the switch. The Pioneers desperately trying to get Makai out of there. Finally, Timmy has to retreat to the three-point line. Right, good ball pressure on Lewis. Late shot clock. Lewis takes a three in front of the Pioneer bench, left it short. Excellent defensive possession by the Pioneers. Survived the switch and the bad matchup. Forced a tough shot. Going the other way in transition, pass was deflected out of bounds. Oh, excuse me, they're going to get Sam Ungashik with a personal foul, so that's the first personal on either team here in the first half. And we'll see another freshman, Preston Reynolds, check into the ball game. Reynolds, another local product, standout high school career at Shawnee Mission East, playing in front of some of his family and friends, I'm sure, just down the street. Elmore inbounds to Alexander. Coach Hepker wants to go one-on-one. Caleb Jones-McCrary guarded by Joel Adisi, fresh off the bench. Jones-McCrary into the paint, kept that pivot foot alive, got back to the right-handed jump hook, gets it to go. Caleb is too much to handle one-on-one in the post. We've seen a lot of double teams thrown at him. Adisi tasked with the one-on-one cover. Advantage Pioneers that time. Belt had his pocket picked. Anthony Brown, good hands ahead of the pack. He's going to try to dunk one home. He's fouled by Reynolds. Good play by Reynolds. Didn't give up the easy two. Got to make Brown earn him at the line, but Anthony turned in defense into offense. Great hands, causes the steal, and ahead of the pack, earns himself a trip to the line. Anthony knocks down the first. He's got a quick 7 points in the ball game. The score is 17-7. It's also Anthony Brown 7, Benedictine College 7. Brooks Langer checks into the ball game for the first time. Sophomore out of Harrisonville, Missouri, wearing the familiar number 30 jersey to the Langers. Anthony goes 2 for 2. And the lead is 11 here, 5 minutes into the ball game. Benedictine, as well coached and as tough as anybody every single year, will certainly not go away, but playing some young freshman guards. They go in the post one-on-one. It's Adisi and Jones-McCrary. Hepker begging his team to stay home as he's okay with that matchup, but he got Jones-McCrary off his feet, and Caleb's going to pick up the personal. Adisi's going to head to the line for 2. Adisi, a senior out of Nigeria, has spent all 4 years at Benedictine College. Averages just 3.5 points a game, so don't want to give him anything easy, make him earn it, but also Caleb's got to stay out of foul trouble as the Pioneers are not quite as deep. The Ravens will play about 10 guys. Pioneers, tight rotation, stays around 7. Sometimes an 8th guy gets in there. Joel 1 for 2. Makai Elmore directing traffic, gets it to Anthony Brown off the zipper cut. High ball screen coming, and it's going to be an illegal screen on Jones-McCrary. That's his second, and that's why I highlighted the quick personal on the last possession, because just 5.5 minutes into the ball game, a all-conference player in Caleb Jones-McCrary is going to head to the bench with 2 fouls. And Kobe Reese checks in. He'll play the 5 spot now for the Pioneers, guards Adisi in the post. Ungashek gets to the elbow, stop and pop jumper, off the mark. Rebound Anthony Brown. He's getting 10 rebounds a game, averaging a double-double with 20 points and 10 rebounds. Making a strong case for Heart of America Player of the Year. Ed Wright swings it back to Langer. Brooks into the paint, kicks it to Wright. Another 3 on the way for Ed, this one off the mark right side. Got a good look off the drive and kick, just couldn't get that one to go. He's 2 for 3 from downtown. Ungashek getting direction from Coach Moody. They're going to get back into a horns look. They go to Timmy left side. Looking to post to DC, not there. Ungashek into the paint, kicks it out to Belt. Now Reynolds, another non-shooter, so athletic, but doesn't shoot it from outside. With a great pass, found a cutting Jaden Timmy into the lane for 2. Give Preston Reynolds the assist. 18-10 the score. Langer goes backdoor, not there. Had to go to Ed Wright, and he's going to be whistled for a carry. turnover on the Pioneers, and that's going to send Jonell Aponte into the ball game. Jonell, a sharpshooter, shoots it really well from the three-point line. Junior college transfer out of Kissimmee, Florida. He's guarding Anthony Hall, fresh into the ball game now for the Pioneers, or for the Ravens, excuse me. That's number 10 in the black jerseys, another freshman. Hall from Parkville as Anthony Brown with another steal goes to Aponte. Aponte saves it to Brooks Langer in the corner. Pioneers going to settle things down now and run offense. Helter-skelter transition moment. Elmore off the ball screen was looking for Kobe Reese roll into the paint. That's a great look from Elmore. Just Kobe not expecting it. A little too much heat on the pass. Goes out of bounds off his hand. That pick and roll action was there. I'm sure the Pioneers, they'll go back to that spread pick and roll. It's a staple. High ball screen. Ungashek all the way to the paint. Has his shot blocked. Anthony Brown came from the corner and got that at about 11 feet up. And now battles for the rebound and comes down with it. Anthony Brown doing everything for the Pioneers right now, offensively and defensively. There's a turnover. Langer couldn't save it on the sideline. Coach Moody almost an extra defender unintentionally. It was just right place, right time. Ungashek open in the corner. Three ball, buries it. And these guards for Benedictine College, you cannot give them space at the three-point line. As you'll see the block by Kobe Reese right there on Ungashek's driving layup attempt a couple of possessions ago. As freshman guard Sam Ungashek is the second leading scorer for the Ravens at about 12 points a game, but he has come on as of late. In the last month or so, he's had a 30-point ball game where he was 12 for 14 from the floor in Heart of America Conference play. And I can't tell you the last time we've seen a freshman get 30 in a Heart of America Conference game. Another one of those Raven guards that shoots over 40% from the three-point line. He's at 49%. Anthony Hall, the freshman from Parkville, number 10 in the black jerseys, at 35% from downtown. Also very athletic, so a young core in the backcourt. They go to Makai Elmore. He looks to get downhill. Good defense by Hall. Makai, skip pass to Aponte. Corner three on the way, rattles out. Lewis came away with the rebound. Benedictine has cut this to 5 and a chance to cut into it even more. Another illegal screen, the same call they got Jones McCrary with earlier on in the ball game. They've whistled Joel Adisi for the illegal screen.
That's his first 13 foul.
Anthony Brown isolated on the left wing with Preston Reynolds. One-on-one, Anthony works his way into the post. Goes to that jump hook, middle of the lane, off the mark, too strong. Reynolds plays point guard at the moment for Benedictine College, although he guards really 1 through 4, turns it over. Nobody around, and he's going to get a backcourt violation as he just lost the handle.
Substitution for Benedictine, Bryson LaRue.
Bryson LaRue checks into the ball game for the Ravens, his first action today. LaRue, another freshman, this one from Lee Summit. Adisi whistled for the foul as he reaches in on Anthony Brown. So Adisi returns the Jones-McCrary favor with 2 quick personals. And he's going to take a seat. Tyson Cathy head back into the ball game. Cathy, a senior out of Liberty. Been an off and on starter for 4 years with the Ravens. Players in that Coach Moody Benedictine system just get better and better, and he knows that system like the back of his hand. He and Timmy both 4-year players. Brown, hook pass inside to Kobe Reese. Reese, physical, goes right into the chest of Tyson Cathy and gets the jump hook to drop. So Kobe Reese on the board with 2, pushes the Pioneer lead back out to 7. Double drag ball screen, and Reynolds drug that back foot. That's a travel. That is a difficult matchup for Preston Reynolds, being guarded by and having to guard senior Anthony Brown, All-American and possible player of the year in the league. That is a far cry from the Sunflower League guards that were pestering Preston Reynolds a year ago. Brown goes baseline and he's bumped, fouled. That time it was Bryson LaRue on the switch, picks up the personal.
Foul number 20, Bryson LaRue. That's his first, fifth team foul.
Anthony will inbound, gets it to Langer. Nope, turned it down, looking for Langer in the corner. Has to throw it to him all the way out near midcourt. Dribble handoff to Aponte. Jonell gets it to Anthony Brown in the corner. Shot fake into the paint. Floater left this one short. There was about 4 black jerseys surrounding Anthony on that shot attempt. A lot of attention paid to 25 in white. Aponte guarding LaRue in the corner. Cut him off. LaRue had to swing it back to Reynolds. Now Lewis has it. Lewis into the paint. Kicks to Reynolds. Preston Reynolds, 3 on the way. Buries it. So Reynolds, who was just 1 for 6 from downtown coming into the ball game, steps into that one confidently and knocks it down. 20-16 lead for the Pioneers. Under 10 minutes to go. Media timeout at the next dead ball. Brown shot fakes into the paint. A lot of contact. No whistle now. Whistle comes from the baseline official. And they're going to get Ahmad Lewis for the personal. That's going to send us to the under 10 media timeout. For all intents and purposes, the first quarter ends with the Pioneers leading 20-16. We'll be back in 1 minute. MNUsports.com. It's going to be Pioneer basketball coming out of the media timeout. Anthony Brown will inbound baseline underneath. Pioneers in a 1-4 flat look. Set a staggered double for Langer going to the corner. Ravens blow it up again. Langer has to track down the inbound all the way out near midcourt. Anthony comes to get it top of the key. Going to wait for a high ball screen from Aponte. Uses it, gets into the paint, kicks to Langer, back to Anthony Brown. Late shot clock now, just 5 on the shot clock. Brown gonna have to create, it was poked away, good defense by Reynolds, got a hand on it. Pioneers gonna inbound with just 2 on the shot clock. Ed Wright will check back into the game for Langer. Brown surveys, gets it to Ed Wright, creates some space and it has to heave up a 3 at the end of the shot clock, missed it. Didn't draw iron, it was just the corner of the backboard, so shot clock violation. Horn set again here for the Ravens. Looking to go to Tyson Cathy in the post. Or LaRue at top of the key. LaRue gets it, guarded by Aponte. Good hands, Jonell got a piece of that ball. Cathy's gonna take a long 2, toe on the line, missed it. Pioneers will live with him taking that shot, especially if it's gonna be worth 2. Might as well scoot back a couple inches. Ungashik, Braden Belt, and Jaden Timmy all back into the game now for Benedictine College. Makai Elmore back in for the Pioneers, so Anthony can move back to his natural position off the ball and let Makai play point guard. And he does just that, gets the Pioneers set in some offense, goes to Ed Wright, top of the key. Wright, hand off to Brown, looking to get it back to Ed Wright. on the wing. They do. Wright drives baseline. Pull-up jumper from 15, bucket. Good defense, better offense. Ahmad Lewis was right there, contested, and Ed Wright, unbothered, raises up and knocks it down. Ungashek gets a high ball screen from Timmy. Timmy can pop or roll. He can shoot it from the three-point line. Has had seasons where he was very efficient from downtown. This not one of them, but still a capable shooter. Ungashek drives baseline, cut off by Reese. They throw it to Cathy. He's hesitant at the three-point line. Gets it to Lewis. Ahmad Lewis all the way to the paint. Couldn't get the layup to go. Pioneers have numbers. Wright in transition to the cup. Takes contact, no whistle, all the way to the rim. Kobe Reese battling for the offensive rebound, but Timmy's going to come away with it. Ravens play a bit more deliberate pace, will run opportunistically. Pioneers look to run at every turn as Jaden Timmy on cue hits the pick and pop three. Left open on that left wing and knocks it down. It's a three-point ball game. Pioneers lead 22-19. Ed Wright guarded by the freshman Ungashik. Now got a switch with Kobe Reese. Reese draws the double team. Jaden Timmy came frantically after the basketball as he realized his freshman point guard had a 6'7" big fella posted on him. Ball was deflected out of bounds with 12 on the clock. They go high post to Reese. Dribble handoff action. Throws it back to Alexander. Jake has to create late shot clock. Finds Anthony Brown. Brown into the paint. Takes the contact. Going to go to the line for two. That's going to be a second or third on Ahmad Lewis. Just a second. Seen the growth in Anthony Brown's game. As a few years ago, he just catches and shoots that from the top of the key. Now as a senior, gets all the way to the cup, finds himself at the free throw line. Can really do some damage putting the ball on the floor. Goes 1 for 2 at the line. So the Pioneers a 2-possession lead. Anthony leads all scorers with 9, Ed Wright with 8. Another horns look from Benedictine. Roll Cathy into the post. Now he pops back out top of the key. Going to take another triple. Knocks this one down. Tyson Cathy, just like Preston Reynolds, came into this ballgame 1 for 6 from downtown. And just like Preston Reynolds stepped into that one confidently and knocks it down here in the Cook Center. 1-point ball game. Pioneers go to Kobe Reese in the post, guarded by Braden Belt. Reese spins baseline, double team comes, gets the jump hook off, left is short. Reese having to play extended minutes here with Jones McCrary in foul trouble. Timmy thought about another three, instead goes inside to Tyson Cathy. Cathy goes jump hook, rattles out. Anthony Brown comes down with the rebound, brings it across himself, uses that drag ball screen, gets a switch. Ravens switching everything right now. Content to allow Kobe Reese to post that switch and bring help later. That was not how they started the game. Weren't switching ball screens on Jones McCrary. It's maybe personnel dependent. Pioneers look to go right inside to Anthony Brown. It's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Reynolds. Kai Elmore has it left side, goes top of the key, little dribble handoff action coming. Reese to Brown. Anthony got the switch. Now Reynolds comes back. He goes into the paint, gets the layup off. He gets it to go. It could have been an and one. Instead, it's an offensive foul. Tyson Cathy stepped over and took the charge. Ungashek brings it across the timeline. Another horns look. This time he goes off the Timmy's side, and they're both going to go stagger double away for Braden Belt. Pioneers blow it up, and Alexander jumps the passing lane. Couldn't come away with the steal, but deflected it out of bounds. It's a play Benedictine's run for years and years, that horn screen, but then both bigs turn and stagger double into the corner. Used to run it for guys like Brett Fisher back in the day. Still running it now for Braden Belt. Ungashek steps back, goes to Cathy. Now back to Ungashek. He gets into the paint, keeps his dribble alive, goes floater on the baseline, and he's fouled late by Kobe Reese. Reese went way up to try to get a piece of that. Couldn't get the block shot and just landed on top of Ungashek.
Fourth team foul. Sam Ungashek at the line, shooting 2.
So he'll go to the line for 2, a chance to give the Ravens a lead. Ties us at 23. Dynamic start from the Pioneers, which we've seen time and time again this season, and have cooled off a bit here in the second 10 minutes of the first half. Some of that may be due to the fact that big number 23's had to be on the bench for that stretch. Ed Wright one-on-one on the left side, isolated with Ungashik. Gets himself into the mid-post, tried to go skip past to Elmore, and it was stolen away. Good hands. I believe it was Reynolds got a piece of it. Timmy to Ungashek. He thought about a 3, got Elmore off his feet. One dribble, takes the 3 after the sidestep and the flyby from the shot fake, and Ungashek now has 9, and the Ravens lead 26-23. Alexander off the dribble handoff. Goes ball screen with Reese, found Kobe Reese cutting in the lane, and Reese gets the jump hook to go. Nice pocket pass off the ball screen by Jake Alexander, and Kobe Reese now with 4. Makes it a 1-point game. Timmy takes a pick and pop 3. Same spot he hit one from before, same result. Knocks it down. Jaden Timmy now has 8, and the Ravens lead is 4. Such difficult action to guard when the bigs from Benedictine can set that ball screen and have the option to roll or pop and knock down a triple, and Timmy makes the Pioneers pay on the pick and pop. Alexander looks to respond off the mark. Kobe Reese an offensive rebound. Ed Wright takes a triple, rattles all the way around the rim, falls out. Another offensive rebound. This time Alexander steals the possession. Elmore, pull up 3 off the ball screen, buries it. Makai Elmore, his first basket of the ball game. 29-28 your score. Offensive rebounds bailing the Pioneers out that time as they got 3 chances at it. 1 for 3, good enough. Tyson Cathy, top of the key, at the elbow, finds Braden Belt fading away, and Belt's 3 off the mark. He can really shoot it, but that's a tough one on the move. Ungashik, a wide open Timmy right in front of the Pioneer bench, and he's 3 for 3. Timmy now has 11, leads all scorers, and the Ravens have a 32-28 lead. 30-second timeout in the Cook Center. We'll be right back at MNUsports.com. .340 to go in the first half. Ed Wright going to bring it across the timeline out of the timeout. Pioneers down by 4. A triple ball screen for Wright going left to right. Gets Braden Belt on him in the post. He goes fade away on the baseline and knocks it down. That is a difficult shot. High level move. Ed Wright got the matchup he wanted. Little spinning fadeaway. That's the old Carmelo Anthony with the Knicks move in the mid post. Ed Wright's in double figures with 10. We got a 2-point ball game. Belt gets a screen from Cathy, gets middle, takes a pull-up 3 off the bounce, rattles out. Again, he can really, really shoot it. The Pioneers would much rather him shoot it off the dribble, eliminate the catch and shoots. That time forced him to take one off the bounce. In transition, Alexander finds a wide open Anthony Brown. His 3 on the way, nothing but net. Anthony Brown puts the Pioneers back on top, 33-32. And he joins Ed Wright in double figures, leads all scorers with 12. Jake Alexander with a nice assist on the drive-in kick. Ungashik, drive-in kick to Reynolds. Preston Reynolds too strong. Rebound Anthony Brown. He'll push. One-on-one with Timmy left side, swings it to Elmore. Mackay to Ed Wright. Wright gets a screen from Kobe Reese. They switch the smaller Belt onto Kobe, and Belt able to steal it away as Alexander tried to enter the post to Kobe Reese, and Belt just able to fight around and poke it away. Just 2 minutes to go in the first half. We haven't seen Jones McCrary since the 15-minute mark due to those 2 fouls. Brooks Langer checks back in for the Pioneers, and Alexander will take a seat. A DC along with Anthony Hall back into the ball game for Benedictine. And Coach Moody wants to talk things over. Going to set something up with just 11 to go on the shot clock. Full timeout Benedictine College. So we'll see what Coach Moody has drawn up for the Ravens in 1 minute on MNUsports.com. So late shot clock action. Ungashik has it guarded way out top by Elmore. 6 on the shot clock. Not sure the Ravens know it's so late in the shot clock. Reynolds to Ungashik, and they're not going to get a shot off. I don't think Benedictine came out of that timeout knowing that there was just 11 on the shot clock. They were taking their time setting up a set play and looked surprised when it was late clock. Pioneers fortunate to come up with a turnover. Little delay action, pinned down into a ball screen for Anthony Brown. Brown splits 2 defenders, has his shot blocked out of bounds by a DC. Mackay into inbound on the baseline, gets it to Langer. Brooks thought about a 3, turns it down. Timmy cut him off. Spread pick and roll, right. Throws it back to Anthony Brown on the shake action. Anthony thought about a 3. Goes jab step, and then buries a triple. Anthony Brown now with 15, doing it from all 3 levels, at the rim, from the 3-point line, and in the mid-range. Pioneers lead 36-32. Right, guarding Reynolds out top. Elmore jumped the passing lane, couldn't quite get it. Ungashek lost his footing but was able to find Preston Reynolds in the corner. Reynolds one-on-one with Wright, drops it off to Adise with a tough finish off the left side. Joel Adise now has 3. We got a 2-point ball game. Pioneers can go 2 for 1 here. Elmore blows by Ungashek to the rim and finishes. Difficult shot. Mackay with the heads-up play, understanding if they go quickly, they can get a 2 for 1 and goes right by Ungashek for the bucket. Benedictine going to run this clock all the way down if they can, so Pioneers only have 6 seconds to retaliate. 38-34 is your score. 7-second difference shot in game clock. Reynolds drives baseline and misses the reverse layup. Ball did not hit the rim. The shot clock should not reset. It didn't. Reynolds has to heave one up from the corner. Again, it doesn't hit the rim, so Pioneers get the shot clock violation, and we'll have 6.2 to get a good look on the other end. Brooks Langer to inbound, length of the floor to go. Ravens going to bring some pressure to try to force Makai Elmore to take some time off the clock on his way up the floor. Gets it into Makai. Elmore back to Langer. Brooks gets to the three-point line, was looking to draw a foul on Anthony Hall, no whistle. So that's going to do it for the first half. Pioneers take a 38-34 lead into the break. We got a 15-minute halftime break. We'll be back bringing stats from the first half in the second half of action between your Mid-American Nazarene University Pioneers and the Benedictine College Ravens on MNUsports.com. Welcome back into the Cook Center, where we're set for second half of action between your Pioneers and the visiting Benedictine College Ravens. Pioneers took a 38-34 lead into the halftime break, led in scoring by Anthony Brown with 15 and Ed Wright with 10. The Ravens were led in scoring by senior Jaden Timmey at 11 points, was 4 for 4 from the floor, 3 for 3 from downtown, and freshman Sam Ungashik with 9. Pioneers with a slight rebounding advantage, 14-12, both teams shooting the cover off the ball from the floor. Pioneers 46% from the field, 67% from downtown. Ravens 57.7% from the floor and 5 for 10 from the three-point line. So it has been all offense here early for both squads. Ungashik looks to get things started for the Ravens in half number 2. Double ball screen, he refuses, drives baseline, had his pocket picked by Anthony Brown. Anthony stole it away, had to go to the floor and was just on the baseline. So Ravens are going to keep possession. Great play defensively by Anthony Brown. Ungashik to inbound, looking for Timmey in the corner. Couldn't get it to him, has to throw it all the way out near midcourt. Timmey wisely lets it go into the backcourt. Ravens will reset. High ball screen from Cathy. Jones McCurry back in. Didn't see much action in the first half due to foul trouble. He just about blocked a shot there on Cathy. I was worried he was going to pick up his third. Does a nice job to avoid the contact, force the miss. Jones McCrary rolls into the post. He's one-on-one with Timmey. And Timmey was wisely trying to draw a charge and get Caleb his third. Goes to the ground. Officials not taking the bait. They're going to get Timmey with a blocking foul. Just his first personally. Pioneers go isolated on the right side. Ed Wright one-on-one on the block with Ungashik. Step through, dropped it off for Jones McCrary. Caleb reverse layup, a lot of contact, no whistle. Couldn't get it to drop. Cathy forces the miss. Here come the Ravens, and Jaden Timmey sets a back screen in transition that lit up Ed Wright. He did not see it coming. And that caused a breakdown the other way as Ungashik gets an easy layup. 2-point ball game. Ungashik in double figures with 11. Alexander enters the post. Jones McCrary one-on-one with Cathy. Gets into the paint, kicks it out to Ed Wright. His three from the left wing, knocks it down. That's the attention that Caleb Jones McCrary demands in the paint. Helps, sinks in, it just totally shrinks the floor. Left a great shooter in Ed Wright open on the wing. Caleb unselfish, found him. Ed Wright knocks it down. Good offense. Ungashik looks to respond. Crossover into the paint. Hesitates, got inside, and Ed Wright got a hand on it, knocked it away, and last touch off of Ungashik. Great play defensively. So Ed Wright buries a triple and then makes a big play on the other end. Gets the possession back for the Pioneers. 41-36, Anthony Brown looking to increase that lead. Goes inside to Jones McCrary again. Every possession so far to start the second half, they've gone right into 23. Caleb spin move to the rim. Missed it, got his own rebound, goes back up, and that could be an intentional foul. I think they're just going to call it a common personal on Cathy. But Caleb is just too much to handle for Benedictine's bigs, who all are very physical but only stand about 6'6". Jones McCrary with 2 or 3 inches and some quickness advantage. Going to head to the line. Knocks down the first. Coming into the ball game, Caleb averaging 15 points and 8 rebounds a game, but just a 65% free throw shooter. So nice to see him step to the line and knock down 2 confidently. Always have to give a shout out to legendary Hall of Fame coach Rocky Lamar, who's in the building, sitting right across from us in the front row in the blue seats. His name's on the floor on this side of the court, and he's sitting across from it watching his Pioneers. He loves these guys in this program. Still very involved as Jaden Timmey continues his hot start offensively. He's got 13 and hasn't missed from the floor. Alexander gets the handoff. Anthony Brown isolated in the corner with Braden Belt. Draws help, kicks it to Alexander. Jake thought about a 3, got Cathy off his feet, but passed it off to Ed Wright. Wright's 3 no good. Rebounded by Cathy, and the Ravens opts not to push the pace, run some half-court offense where they're so effective. Ungashik one-on-one with Wright, looks to go baseline, was cut off there. Timmey trying to enter the post to Kathy. Jones McCrary did a nice job fighting around. Ball screen from Ungashek, picked his dribble up, and Elmore just about jumped the passing lane. Lewis is going to have to create late shot clock into the paint. Behind the back, drops one off for Kathy for the easy dunk. As the shot clock expires, great play by Ahmad Lewis to get into the lane. Didn't settle for a jumper late shot clock like so many guys do, and drew the help, dropped one off for Kathy for the easy dunk. Jones McCrary into the paint, was looking for Anthony Brown. Anthony was in the corner. Caleb thought he was going to stay there. Anthony decided to cut back door last minute, and just miscommunication forces the turnover. One possession ball game. Pioneers lead by 3. Looking to get it to Jaden Timmy. That's an illegal screen on Braden Belt. Saw that one from a mile away as Belt set a cross screen for Jaden Timmy and never set his feet. Was going to make sure he hit Anthony Brown, and he did, but did so illegally. Anthony isolated on the left side, completely cleared out that side. Kathy and Belt showing a lot of help, and Anthony tried to throw a lob on the baseline to Jake Alexander. It's a good idea because Alexander's man completely turned his head and was paying attention to the basketball, so Jake goes back door, but just an errant pass. Kathy chases into a ball screen for Lewis. Lewis gets into the paint, drops off another beautiful pass to Timmy. This time Anthony Brown erases it. Jones McCrary throws it ahead to Alexander, and the Pioneers are off and running. Trying to turn defense into offense. Doesn't look promising as 2 Ravens and Ed Wright are tied up on the baseline. That was Kathy and Lewis had their hands on the basketball, so the jump ball possession arrow favors the Pioneers. It'll stay baseline out of bounds, Pioneer basketball. Joel Adise will enter the ballgame for the Ravens. The baseline official having a nose-to-nose conversation with Anthony Brown and Ahmad Lewis. Looks to be a friendly conversation. There's smiles on all 3 faces as he walks away, but usually that's trying to de-escalate something so no one ends up picking up a silly foul or a technical. Ed Wright's 3 from way outside off the mark. Adise comes down with the board. Timmy screens for Lewis, gets the switch. So he's one-on-one in the post with Ed Wright, has the size advantage. Wright, very strong guard, but giving up some size to Timmy, forces the miss. Now Wright got the rebound, and he's going to push the pace. Gets it to Mekhi Elmore left side. Elmore opts to slow things down. Goes to Jones McCrary, and he's fouled by Braden Belt on the reach-in. Second on Belt this half, 4th team foul on the Ravens. Pioneers yet to be whistled for a foul in the second half. Well executed baseline out of bounds play, found Jake Alexander wide open on the left side and just couldn't connect on the 3. Preston Reynolds back into the ballgame for the Ravens, and Anthony Hall. Couple of freshmen off the bench. Reynolds being hounded out top by Elmore. Preston stands at 6'5". Elmore giving up a little bit of height, but so quick. Lewis all the way to the cup, went with a finger roll, and it rolls out. You can hear Coach Rocky Lamar yelling, bank or dunk, young fella, bank or dunk. Anthony Brown off the pick and roll, goes to Jones McCrary, and he gets it to go and the foul. He might have been fouled by 3 different Ravens on that finish and still got it to drop. Beautiful execution on the empty corner pick and roll. There's no help in the corner. Got to come all the way from the weak side, and Caleb was going to dunk that, but was hit by a couple of different Ravens. They're going to whistle Adise for the foul, his 3rd. What a finish by Jones McCrary. Too strong on the and 1 free throw attempt, so Caleb now with 8, and the Pioneers lead by 5. Pioneers student section letting Preston Reynolds know about the outcome of his previous field goal attempt, which was an air ball. Lewis, pretty hesitation, got Jones McCrary off his feet and gets all the way to the rim for the bucket. And he was fouled and one. Lewis was fouled by Brooks Langer, his first personal. That was a big-time move by Lewis. The hesitation, just lifted the eyebrows to the rim. Ball was in his left hand and then crossed over, got the defender off his feet, got to the bucket. Lewis, another local product, a Kansas City kid, and a transfer from Washburn. I believe he was at Oak Park High School in North Kansas City before that. A lot of local talent on both of these teams. Elmore directing traffic, gets it to Anthony Brown. Right slot, spread ball screen. Swinging around the perimeter, looking to go inside to Jones McCrary, but instead Ed Wright's going to have to take a pull-up on the baseline. It rattles out. Coach Hepker talking to his young point guard, let's execute that one. We had a chance to get a high-low opportunity to Jones McCrary. We'll see if they go back to that set and try to finish the play, get it inside to Jones McCrary. Benedictine goes right inside to Adise. Jones McCrary staying straight up and down, gets a block shot. They're going to whistle him for the foul. That is a brutal whistle. Not only is it the wrong call, but it's Caleb's third, and he's going to have to exit the game, I would imagine. Caleb standing straight up and down. Stayed vertical and then got the basketball at the top. And Adise out of control, falling backwards, rewarded with the foul. That's a tough call on your all-conference big fella. Adise not able to capitalize at the foul line. Coach Hepker was considering leaving Caleb in, and now he does go to Kobe Reese. Going to ensure Caleb doesn't pick up his fourth anytime soon. Kobe, who had a couple of buckets off the bench in the first half, played extended minutes with Caleb in foul trouble, did a nice job. Will be one-on-one in the post with Adise. Sets the ball screen for Ed Wright going left to right. Ed gets into the paint, drops one off backdoor for Anthony Brown, and it goes out of bounds. Just threw it behind him. Those two guys on the same page so often. And Anthony's guy was paying attention to Ed Wright, who was driving into the paint, almost connected on that backdoor, just threw it a bit behind 25, who couldn't quite save it. Benedictine goes to that floppy set, pin downs on the wings. Anthony Hall goes in the post to Adise. Pioneers will stay home. They don't mind him taking a lot of shots. What they don't want is that, where he could drop one off to a teammate for a layup, and that time it was Anthony Hall. Freshman from Parkville, cutting inside, gets himself an easy deuce and ties the game at 45. Langer hands it off with Anthony Brown. Brown thought about a three. Got Timmy to bite, but couldn't get enough separation to get a shot attempt off. Pioneers go inside to Kobe Reese, one-on-one with Adise. Kicks it out to Ed Wright. Wright into the paint, floater, bucket. Ed Wright now joins Anthony Brown as the leading scorers in the ballgame with 15 points apiece. Time and time again, those two have bailed out the Pioneers in late shot clock situations this season. Ed Wright able to create a basket for himself late in the shot clock. Such a valuable thing for a young team. Ed Wright whistled for a foul that time on Preston Reynolds. Another, say, questionable whistle. Some contact there, but Wright looked to be in legal guarding position from up here. As Preston Reynolds steps to the line and couldn't get the first to go down, rattles out. Reynolds is a 65% free throw shooter. Again, he was 1 for 6 from the three-point line on the season coming into tonight, but knocked down a triple in the first half. Goes 1 for 2 at the line. Makes it a 1-point ball game. Coach Hepker calling out a set 5 double. It's going to be a staggered double on one side. This time it's for Aponte. And Ed Wright used it as a decoy to go one-on-one, which is the call they go to. Stagger double on one side, occupy the help defense, and isolate that slot for one of your better players to go one-on-one. Pioneers come up with the stop. Anthony Brown ahead of the pack to Kobe Reese. Reese able to come down with it before going out on the baseline. Good catch by Reese. Brown turns down the three, into the paint. A lot of traffic, and they're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Benedictine. Ungashik now guarded by Jonel Aponte back into the ballgame. High ball screen all the way out near the volleyball line. That's an illegal screen. Tyson Cathy going to be whistled for the personal foul. Good job by Aponte to move his feet and took a knee to the thigh. He looks to be okay, but illegal screen on Cathy. Send the ball screen all the way out near midcourt. I mean, not near a scoring area. Trying to get Ungashek going downhill. Pioneers go high ball screen out of the zipper action. They get a switch. Kobe Reese had Preston Reynolds switched on him, and Anthony Brown goes to the step back jumper, and it rattles out. Looked good the whole way, just doesn't drop. 1 point ball game. Reynolds, top of the key, drives in and has his shot erased by Kobe Reese. Jake Alexander wisely eats it and lets it go out of bounds in the corner. He didn't have any teammates that he felt comfortable he could get the ball to, and when it's under your own basket, that's the smart play. Take the turnover, let the Ravens throw it in and set your defense rather than just blindly throw it in under the goal and possibly give up an easy bucket. It's a good play by the senior Alexander. Cathy, top of the key. He did hit one triple in the first half, not normally a three-point shooter. Gives in the post, kicks out. Lewis one-on-one with Alexander. Now Ungashek, here comes the spread ball screen. Hall, pull-up jumper, too strong off the rim, but Cathy tracks down the rebound. A helter-skelter possession from the Pioneers defensively. Hall to Reynolds, isolated on the left wing, drives baseline. Help defense came. Good job by Kobe Reese to cut off Reynolds at the baseline. Kobe's done a nice job defensively here, protecting the paint. Brown uses a drag ball screen, finds an open Brooks Langer in the corner. Langer's three on the way, too strong. That's last touch by Cathy. It's going to be Pioneer basketball. Ref's got it right. Baseline official all over it. 10:15 to go in the ball game. We'll have a under 10 media timeout coming shortly. Inbounded to Langer on the wing. Brooks goes high post. Triggers a little pin down handoff action with Anthony Brown. Anthony gets the switch. They look to go inside. Langer going to take a pull-up jumper from about 12 feet on the short corner. Couldn't get it to drop, and Jake Alexander draws the foul on, I believe it's going to be Ungashik or Reynolds, one of the two. It is on Sam Ungashik, his second. And that's the 7th team foul on the Ravens, so the Pioneers are in the bonus the rest of the way. 10 minutes to go. We'll have a break with the under 10 media timeout, and Jake Alexander will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1 when we get back in 1 minute on MNUsports.com. So the second half of the second half, for all intents and purposes, the fourth quarter begins with 10 minutes to go in the ball game with Jake Alexander at the line for a 1-1. Alexander knocks down the first. He's on the board, his first points of the ball game. Extend the Pioneer lead out to 2. Let's make it 3. It's going to stay at 2. Rattles out, and Anthony Brown and Jaden Timmy get tangled up on the baseline. No harm, no foul. Aponte looking to ice the ball screen does, forces Ungashek back to the sideline where he came from. That's exactly how the Pioneers want to play that double drag ball screen. Cathy, nice job inside. Got Jones McCrary off his feet. I can't believe that whistle. That is an extremely late whistle from the baseline official to give Caleb Jones McCrary his 4th foul. Man, the last 2 whistles on Caleb have been very questionable and very late. I think even Tyson Cathy, who's at the free throw line, was shocked that he wound up there. And Kobe Reese going to check right back in. So Caleb, a short stint, another tough whistle, and Pioneers are going to find themselves in a tie ball game with under 10 minutes to go. That's the old commentator curse. Pioneers lead by 1 as Cathy goes 1 for 2 at the line. Reese top of the key, dribble handoff with Jonelle Aponte. They get the switch and leave Alexander wide open on the right wing, and Alexander buries the triple right in front of the bench. The bench loves it, as Jake now with 4 quick points coming out of the timeout, and he's going to be whistled for a blocking foul on Ahmad Lewis, I believe. Excuse me, they're going to get Kobe Reese with the block.
That's his 2nd personal, 5th team foul.
Benedictine box set, baseline out of bounds. Goes top of the key to Cathy. Dribble handoff action for Belt. Belt into the paint, floater over the top of Reese, got it to go. Braden Belt, the Ravens' leading scorer, has been awfully quiet tonight. That's his 4th and 5th points of the ball game. Pretty floater over the top of Reese. Cuts the lead to 2. Pioneers go inside. Cathy pokes it away, and it's going to stay Pioneer basketball. There was some question as to who touched it last, but it's going to be Pioneer ball in the coffin corner. Really difficult place to run any sort of action from. See turnovers from that inbound position quite often. Pioneers just content to throw it into Langer up top. Anthony Brown drives hard in on Tyson Cathy, just about got a difficult floater to drop. Instead, gonna go back to the free throw line for 2 more. Benedictine has been content to switch handoffs and ball screens, and they're putting their bigs, Tyson Cathy, Jaden Timmy, on Anthony Brown on the perimeter. That is a difficult cover. They've done an admirable job trying to move their feet and stay in front of 25, but that's a tough task for anybody, especially a post player. Anthony takes advantage, goes back to the line. Just a 1 for 2 trip. Anthony with 16 has the Pioneers lead 52-49. Aponte switches the dribble handoff exchange. Lewis gets downhill. Crossover move, gets into the paint. Was cut off there. Looking for Braden Belt at the perimeter. Alexander's been all over him. He has not got a lot of clean looks from downtown to where he's so comfortable. Cathy in the paint. That should be an offensive foul, and it sure is. Tyson Cathy elbows Kobe Reese in the face, unintentional. He was trying to go a little up and under move, and Kobe did a nice job holding his ground, but on the step through, Cathy's elbow caught Reese in the face, and Kobe is bleeding, I believe, so the officials are going to stop play and have him come out and get that cut cleaned up. So the Pioneers now are playing 5 guards. Anthony Brown effectively the center and the point guard at the moment, as Elmore's off the floor. So Brown is the biggest player on the floor for the Pioneers, alongside Jake Alexander, Ed Wright, Brooks Langer, and Jonelle Aponte. I don't know that I've seen this lineup on the floor all season long, but with Jones McCrary in foul trouble and Kobe Reese with the injury, forced to go small. Aponte thought about a three. Drives into the paint, kicks it out to Langer. He goes driving kick, looking for Ed Wright in the corner. Wright saves it from going out of bounds, takes a lot of contact. It was blocked by Adisi. Ravens have numbers. Ungashik probing. Cut off by Aponte. Now Timmy into the paint, guarded by Ed Wright. Kept his pivot foot down. Pioneers wanted to travel. I think that's a good no call. Jaden Timmy kept that pivot foot down. Didn't travel and got the bucket to go. He's got 15. And Pioneers lead by just one. We'll see how long they can survive with this lineup on the floor. Alexander, three ball, top of the key, looked good, hit the back rim, didn't drop. 52-51 lead for the Pioneers, and Coach Hepker not going to waste any more time. Going to send Caleb Jones-McCrary to the scorer's table with his 4 fouls, along with Mekhi Elmore, his point guard. More traditional lineup coming next dead ball. Anthony Brown, good hands, got a lot of basketball. Whistle came from out near midcourt. And it's going to send Jaden Timmy back to the line. So Timmy, who's been the leader offensively for the Ravens here today. Chance to tie us at 52 and does. So it's the starting 5 back on the floor now for the Pioneers, who have been so effective when they've been on the floor together today, but it's been sparingly. Timmy 1 for 2 at the line, so we got a tie ball game, 7 minutes to go. Pace has slowed significantly in the second half. It was a very offense-heavy first half. Anthony Brown sets the ball screen, rolls into the paint, and comes away with it after it was batted around by a couple different Ravens. Great play just to keep possession. Goes way up top to Jones-McCrary. Caleb finds a cutting Alexander. Jake Alexander to the rim, couldn't get it to go. Ed Wright offensive rebound and put back, no good. Pioneers come up empty after multiple looks at the rim. Benedictine going to slow down the pace, try to execute in the half court. They go right inside to Adisi, who had a switch with Ed Wright. He gets the bucket to go. Maybe could have been an and one as Wright got caught behind Joel Adisi. He's got 6. And the Ravens take a lead here in the second half, 54-52. Pioneers going to take a full timeout, recalibrate, come out of the break with a set play. We'll take a full timeout with them. 1 minute on MNUsports.com. Elmore, top of the key, dribble handoff with Alexander. They're going to run Ed Wright through on a baseline runner action. He has it one-on-one with Ungashik, who instead enters the post. Jones-McCrary loves that baseline spin move. Let's see if he goes to it. Nope, gets middle, got a DC off his feet, and almost got it to go and one. Instead, he's going to go to the line for 2. Strong post move. Jones-McCrary went pro hop, got to the middle, took the contact, and heads back to the line. Adise now has 4. First free throw attempt off the mark. Maybe it's Caleb's shoes that are throwing me off. He's wearing one red shoe and one blue shoe. I don't see that very often. The kids these days, they do all kinds of crazy stuff. Pink shoes with black uniforms, and Caleb got 2 different shoes on, but goes 1 for 2 at the line. Makes it a 1-point ball game. Timmy finally misses from the field. He had been perfect up until that point, but Preston Reynolds there for the offensive rebound and was fouled on the putback attempt. Going to go to the line for 2. Preston Reynolds, the freshman, with a double-double in their last game against Evangel. 11 points, 11 rebounds. Just 4 points in the ball game so far tonight. The 3 ball in the first half and 1 free throw here in the second. Knocks down the first, puts the Ravens back in front by 2. One for 2 at the line again. So Alexander comes away with the rebound. 5.5 to go in the ball game. Pioneers trail by 2. Elmore looks to go inside to Anthony Brown, who gets it to him up top on a zipper cut. High ball screen from Jones McCrary. Brown skip pass into the corner. Ed Wright turns down the triple. Swings across the top. Jake Alexander to the bucket, had it blocked. Great defensive play by Adise. Came over and helped. Got a piece of that ball. Here comes Ungashek, the Blue Valley West product. We've had a couple of Blue Valley West products in the gym. Jacob French comes to mind. Be successful in the Cook Center, but hoping for a different result for Sam Ungashek here tonight. The EKL Player of the Year, having himself a ball game, has 11, and the Ravens lead by 4 after the bucket from Adise. Caleb one-on-one in the post. All the way to the rim. Jump hook, lost it. Couldn't get it to go. I mean, you can't get a better look. Caleb knows it. He's upset with himself. Just lost control of the basketball on the way up. Was 6 inches from the rim. And just couldn't get it to go down. Anthony Brown, good hands. Deflects the ball out of bounds, and it hits a fan in the front row. Again, the Ravens got off to a slow start, playing a whole bunch of freshmen and a couple of seniors, but have been red hot coming into tonight's game. Won 5 of their last 6, only lost to the 14-2 Evangel Valor, who are an excellent team. Lewis has to take a 3, contested right in front of the Raven bench, and it's the top of the backboard and drops. So Ahmad Lewis, with his first 3-pointer of the ball game, just casts up a prayer right in front of the Ravens bench as the shot clock was about to expire. You'll see it here. Hits above the square and somehow drops. What a fortunate bounce for Ahmad Lewis and Benedictine. And that puts the Ravens out in front by 7. So it's a 3-possession game at least. Pioneers have cooled off significantly from the floor. Still shooting 50% from the field, but that was up at 65% at one point. Ravens have cooled off from downtown, but have gotten themselves to the free throw line quite a bit here in the second half and taken advantage of some foul trouble by Jones McCrary. So 7-point ball game. Makai Elmore going to have to pick the pace up for the Pioneers. Gets the offense set, little pistol action. Results in a turnover. Dribble handoff to Elmore. He never caught it cleanly, and Ahmad Lewis comes away with the steal. What a sequence by the Washburn transfer, Lewis. And Ungashik right to the bucket, gets the layup to go. It's a 9-point lead for Benedictine College. Anthony Brown into the paint. Euro step floater, got it to go. Huge. Anthony Brown finally stops the bleeding for the Pioneers. 7-point ball game. Anthony leads all scorers with 18. Ungashik one-on-one out top with Elmore. My opinion, the two best freshmen in the heart of America, at least the two best I've seen. Anthony Brown comes away with the steal. In transition, ahead of the pack, he's going to go to the line for two. He was fouled from behind by Jaden Timmy.
Foul number 15, Jaden Timmy. That's his second. Anthony Brown at the line will be shooting two.
Anthony Brown's first foul shot hits every part of the rim and rolls out. Trying to make this a 6-point ball game in the Cook Center, and does. Ungashik takes his time crossing midcourt. Makai Elmore hit with a big screen from Tyson Cathy in the backcourt. Timmy sprints out to set a ball screen. Ungashik refuses, gets into the paint, goes floater off the mark, but Tyson Cathy there to clean up the mess. Under 3 minutes to go in the ballgame. Pioneers still going inside to Jones McCrary. Caleb kicks it out to Elmore. Extra pass, three on the way from Jake Alexander, and it rattles out. They're going to get Jaden Timmy for a loose ball foul, trying to box out Jones McCrary. That's a difficult task. Caleb's going to go back to the line for two more. Great possession that time by the Pioneers. They drew a double team, kicked it out to Elmore. Makai made the extra pass, and Alexander had a wide open look at three. You'll take that every time down, especially trying to make a comeback late. Clean look at the three-point line. Jones McCrary bails us out with the offensive rebound and 2 free throws. So Caleb now in double figures with 11. Ravens lead by 6, 2.5 to go in the ballgame. Ungashik one-on-one with Elmore out top. Just about threw it away. Lewis has it left wing. Goes give and go with Cathy. Back to Ungashik. 10 on the shot clock. Timmy going to do it himself. Gets into the paint with one-on-one with Anthony Brown. Has to kick it out late to Lewis. Lewis to Cathy. His deep two is good. Foot on the line, so it's just a 2, but Cathy hits a big shot as time expires on the shot clock. He now has 12, and Ravens lead by 8. Pick and roll action, gets to Jones McCrary. A flop by Ungashik. That should be a tech, right? A flop warning at least. There it is. There's the flop. So the flop technical foul on Sam Ungashik. That's a new rule in college basketball this season. Last year, the flop would be assessed a warning, and the second time you're an offender of the flop, they'll call you for a T. This year, it's an automatic technical, but it is a Jason Garrettson, Pioneer grade and Division I referee is going to be on my head for getting this wrong, but I believe it is a Class B technical, so it's not 2 shots in the ball, it's 1 shot, and Benedictine can keep possession of the basketball, I believe. That's right, so it is going to be Benedictine ball. Pioneers are going to talk things over. 66-58 lead for the Ravens. 1:47 to go in the ballgame. Full timeout in the Cook Center. We'll be back on MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Timmy to inbound. Pioneers put it on a little full court man-to-man pressure. Elmore this time doesn't get hit with that back screen. In transition, Kathy has lit up a couple of Pioneer guards tonight. Never saw that ball screen coming in the backcourt. Elmore applying ball pressure out top. Lewis handles. Content to run this shot clock all the way down. Goes to Kathy. Now back to Lewis on the handoff. Into the paint. Good defense by Elmore. Has to take a contested pull-up jumper off the mark. So empty possession, but did take 30 seconds off the clock. Pioneers are not just playing the Ravens, they're playing the clock at this point too. Down by 8 with 1:15 to go. Elmore lets it bounce into the front court. Goes to Ed Wright. Pistol action, gonna look for Anthony Brown. Nope, they got it to Wright, top of the key. Ed Wright's three, buries it. Good execution out of the timeout. Ran a little stagger double action. Anthony Brown curled the first screen. Two guys went with him and freed up Ed Wright at the top of the key for the triple. And we got a 5-point game and a full timeout in the Cook Center. Timeout Pioneers, 66-61. We'll be back in 1 minute. Timmy takes the inbounds against the press, was trapped, handled it. They got it out to Preston Reynolds, who was fouled by Elmore. So that's going to send the freshman Reynolds to the line for a 1-and-1. Reynolds has split his free throw opportunities every chance he's been there so far tonight, a 1-for-2 trip. So Pioneers banking on the fact that he may miss the front end this time. Reynolds, again, a 65% free throw shooter coming into the ball game. I think he's 2 for 4 tonight. Buries the first. Ravens lead by 6. This is a big shot because it's a 2-possession ball game now. If he hits this one, it moves to a 3-possession ball game, and he does. So 1 minute to go in the ball game. Pioneers trail by 7. Elmore takes the inbounds from Alexander, brings it across midcourt. Run a crackback play for Anthony Brown. His three on the left wing knocks down. It's a 4-point ball game, 53 seconds to go. Pioneers trap. Reynolds handles. They get it to Lewis across midcourt, and Ed Wright going to foul Lewis there. Pioneers have executed well down the stretch when they needed a 3. But the Ravens are going to have to miss some free throws in order to make a comeback at this point. Shot clock will be off probably after the next Pioneer possession. Ahmad Lewis steps to the line. He's a 75% free throw shooter. So a guy Coach Moody comfortable with at the free throw line. Leaves the front end of the 1-and-1 short. Rebound, Ed Wright. Pioneers trail by 4. Brown brings it across the timeline, and officials are going to call a timeout to reset the shot clock. Shot clock never reset. It's sitting at 16. That's going to allow a sub by the Ravens. Sub for both teams as Tyson Cathy back into the ballgame for Benedictine. Brooks Langer checks back in for the Pioneers. He checks in for Elmore. And Coach Moody wants to talk things over. So full timeout, Benedictine College, 4-point ball game, 39 seconds to go in the Cook Center. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Coming out of the timeout, Anthony Brown going to inbound on the sideline, gets to Elmore out top. 38 seconds to go in the ball game. Elmore looks to go to Ed Wright, back door, not there. Anthony has to create one-on-one, into the paint, floater, got it to drop. 2-point ball game, shot clock is off, 28 seconds to go. Pioneers are gonna have to foul. They don't wanna foul Ungashek, he gets rid of it. They get it out top to Timmy, another good free throw shooter. They'd like to foul Reynolds, they do. So Alexander picks up the personal, and they're going to send Preston Reynolds to the line for 2. I believe that's the 10th team foul on the Pioneers. It is, so double bonus the rest of the way. Anthony Brown, a couple of tough baskets. Get the Pioneers within 2. Brown leads all scorers with 24. And Preston Reynolds back at the free throw line. Knocks it down. 19.7 on the clock. A 3-point lead for now. Reynolds a chance to extend. Reynolds continues to knock down free throws down the stretch. He now has 9. And the Ravens lead by 4. Under 20 to go in the ball game. Another timeout by Benedictine College. Going to give the Pioneers a chance to draw something up. Going to have to go quick. We'll see what Coach Hepker's got. We're 3 for 3 coming out of these timeouts. Make it 4 for 4. We'll be back on MNUsports.com. Benedictine shows press. Alexander has to inbound to Anthony Brown. Anthony gonna have to go quickly. Under 15 seconds to go. High ball screen from Jones McCrary. Anthony cut off, has to get it to Ed Wright. Wright takes a three, left wing, he buries it. 9 seconds to go in the ball game. Pioneers are gonna take a timeout, down by 1. 4 for 4 down the stretch coming out of timeouts. It's been Ed Wright with 2 triples, Anthony Brown with a triple and a floater. And the Ravens have not missed a free throw down the stretch. I take that back. Ahmad Lewis missed 1. The Pioneers have made this a 1-point ball game with 9 seconds to go. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, press will be on for the Pioneers at MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Preston Reynolds will inbound for Benedictine. Anthony Brown guards the ball. Benedictine gets it into, tried to get it into Jaden Timmy. Makai Elmore got a hand on it. It was last touched by Elmore, so it's going to remain Benedictine basketball, but now Reynolds does not have the luxury of running the baseline. Everything else the same. Pioneers trying to deny. Brown guarding the ball, forces a timeout, so successful trip by the Pioneers. Trouble inbounding for the Ravens, and now they're stuck in the corner without the ability to run the baseline. So we'll try to do it again after a 1-minute break. MNUsports.com.
Swallow your pride, there's nowhere to hide. What would you decide when it's on the line?
Reynolds to inbound, still guarded by Anthony Brown. Ravens have all 4 players out on the front court. Trying to inbound, they're going to have to go to Cathy. They do. Alexander was denying. Cathy able to come down with it and was fouled immediately. So 7.3 on the clock. And Tyson Cathy will head to the line for 2. Tyson Cathy, a 48% free throw shooter. So that's the guy you want to foul if you're the Pioneers. Again, a 48% free throw shooter. He does have 2 shots, double bonus. The Pioneers are out of timeouts. Cathy knocks down the first. Ravens lead by 2. You can hear Ravens players conferring with Coach Moody, asking if he makes it, do you want us to foul? Common late game strategy to foul up 3. He missed, so 2-point lead. Anthony Brown rebounds it, throws it ahead of the pack to Ed Wright. Right on the left wing, he takes a 3 for the win. Off the back rim, no good, and rebounded by Ahmad Lewis. That's going to do it. Benedictine College comes into the Cook Center and is going to leave with a 71-69 win. After a heck of a ball game and a great comeback opportunity by the Pioneers. Now the Ravens, hold on just a second. Coach Hepker is asking the officials to go look at the monitor, as he thought on the final shot attempt there was a shot to the head from a Ravens player to a Pioneer. I didn't see it, so I'm not sure where this occurred, but Coach Hepker is having the officials go to the monitor and review, and was saying there was a blow to the head somewhere, and if that's the case, that is an automatic flagrant 1, which would send the Pioneers to the free throw line. So we'll take a break and let the officials take a look at the monitor and see if a blow to the head did take place, and if there's a chance the Pioneers are going to go to the line with an opportunity to tie this game. There's not. So officials took a look at the monitor and said, ball game is over. So Benedictine College 71, Mid-American Nazarene 69. Thanks for being with us on MNUsports.com, and good night, everybody.